How's everybody doing? Hopefully just a pretty quick video. Comments from yesterday, thumbs up from Justin Provost. I finally know y'all apart now. Sorry it took so long to kind of, Justin and Jessica. 'Cause the more you talk, the more comments you make, the more I get to know you. And Justin Provost and I were going to talk about free will. And I think he's got my number or he's got my email. But maybe my Bible studies, the short Bible studies that I did on it, and maybe Justin, you watched the the entire 4-video series breakdown on it, and if so, then and you're satisfied with it. But I am off for spring break, not this coming week, but the following week. So when we get into the 20s, that week in March, where we're going through the 20s, begins in the 20s and ends in the 20s, that calendar week, late March, I'm off for 9 days. That first weekend, my son and grandson are in town. Still does not mean we can't talk, probably, though Saturday could get tricky. But just let me know. And Jamie said, haha, we all know Megan is one of them, and they aren't the RACIST word. They are likely another species altogether. They loathe all sheep equally. Absolutely. Yeah. Rodney, the key to 11. 117 makes you think, doesn't it? And not sure what Rodney, the key to 11, what his YouTube is about. He's got a channel though. Truth that you refuse to see, I Pet Goat. How many subs has he got?
It's hard.
Doesn't say how many subs. Got 4 views. But
Knowing who you are in South Carolina. And my 'twas light years of time.
Death of a Tiger, Rise of the Phoenix. Anyway, nice to have you aboard, Rodney, and just, ask questions anytime. So we're done with the comments. Let's go through prep. I forgot to do prep last night. And we're going to go over some things that I've seen in some Tom Hanks movies real quick, and then we'll be done. Jamie said, guess what the History Channel just uploaded? By the way, this was about 3 or 4 days ago. History Channel uploaded to YouTube The Great Mystery of Little Bighorn. The Little Horn of Custer, the final mystery. Trump, the Little Bighorn. Yeah, it's interesting. So it's on YouTube. Oops. So if we go to History Channel, apparently they've got a YouTube site. Who knew?
Okay, so the way that the Aztecs.
And they should have something here on Little Bighorn. God, they put a lot of stuff out. That's going to take forever. The Great Mystery of Little Bighorn, Custer, the Final Mystery, S1, Season 1, Episode 1. So it's going to be a lot, looks like. So, yeah, that's just a lot to digest, but interesting that they put that out. And I was watching a video by our friend and the 313. And let me find that video for us real quick. As y'all know, unless something goes down on this coming, Good Friday, which is when No Time to Die comes out, and that he would rise on the Easter holiday, I have nothing left for 2021. I'm by the way, let's cover my Facebook real quick from last night. Starting to get the picture? Question mark. That says 1,000 words. All the world's a stage. When Poppy takes the Revelation 13 deadly wound by the sword to his Zechariah 11:17 right eyeball, you'll get the final 3 horses of Revelation 6, as we know that one horse is in play as Corona equals crown. And the man in the photos received as much, his crown, right on the white horse, back in 2020 through today. The first photo was trending all week, big time in China, one of his key landmarks, as he constantly gives his bat virus the China nickname also. Once you understand their world, you just work backwards and fill in the blanks, understanding the end times word of God, same, know it, then work backwards to see it all revealed. So that's trending in China, that they made a Buddha statue out of Trump. That's him, of course, standing tall for Buddhism at the Taj Mahal. That, of course, is big time Trump in Italy during a parade. This is more Trump worship back in India. More Trump worship in India. More Trump worship in India. Trump worship in Israel. More Trump worship in Israel. More Trump worship in India. So you get the idea. So that is why when he takes the deadly wound, that will kick off World War III. And they'll kick it off on purpose. There might be things taking place in the world before he goes down, so the war would just slide right in there. But we shall see. But it really is interesting to go back and look at my shares from a year from now. I said my last workout for a while, my last workout forever, or just another workout, because we weren't sure what they were going to do at this time last year as far as shutting down the gym. I said all the world's a stage, and he did Road to Perdition, which of course speaks of the Antichrist going into perdition when he fake rises from the deadly wound. And this was a post. What a coincidence! Tom Hanks, of course, has the the illness. Remember that when Tom Hanks and his wife had the illness? And I said, what a coincidence! He did the movie Inferno, which was of course about a deadly illness, or the releasing thereof. But they hate him so much. They hate him, which means that he's against them and them against him. I said, they're all actors. They pretend to hate him because they know for a fact exactly who he is. And they know when they hate on him that his base will just dig in deeper, defending him. I said they're 27 steps ahead of the way you think, and then some. And of course, that's the ghost in the machine that's writing the script. The fallen angels know how the human mind thinks, and the fallen angels also know that the majority of the earth is handed over. They are of their father, the devil. So they're going to fall into one satanic or fallen angel trap or another. Toilet paper. This one is easy. Take a picture of empty shelves, put it on the news that toilet paper is selling out, then don't replace the shelves. Hold them back. Bingo. We don't realize how easily we are controlled. They snicker, they laugh. All the world's a stage. And Jesus referred to Satan as prince of this world, and so on and so forth. So, just having a little fun on Facebook. But this is our friend, A Winter to Remember. This was his big day. He thought something might go down March 13th. Like I had 1,000 different dates where I thought something would go down too, of course. So we respect everybody's opinion on that, because I've sure had plenty of event dates. I just don't have one anymore. Again, 5% of this year's Good Friday, but I think everything is next year. When you go through this, at a faster speed. So half sister questions the interview. So you start talking about that. But Markle means dedicated to Mars. Remember, Mars is all about war, the god of war. We showed that a while back, and he's bringing that up. Good job there. And of course, Occupy Mars from Elon Musk. Trump DC hotel hiking prices for March 4th QAnon date, which never took place. And then, of course, Eminem was posting to 313. 313. Now, this could be March 31st, folks. That could be 313 because in Canada, in Europe, they write the date backwards to the way we write it. Now, that was interesting how he said this looks like Trump with the hair. The Spirit of Detroit, God statue looks like Trump. I thought that was interesting. Right? Pretty interesting there. Trump introduces Eminem at some MTV awards. Donald means it means world ruler. Donald does. It means world ruler or world wielder. So when his name is Don Trump, and of course in the mafia world they started naming everybody a Don, which meant boss in their world. It's all the same. Don Drumpf comes to 666 in gematria. So then he shows that about Venezuelans. And then 313 Hezbollah's number. So it could be the 31st of March. But see, I think all of this is about next year. I think everything is pointing to this year because this year is just symbology for what's going to take place next year. That's why when The Weeknd got on stage at this year's Super Bowl, it was about next year's full moon that occurs on his birthday, February 16th, the birthday of The Weeknd, who was the performer at this past year's Illuminati halftime show. So I think everything about this year is just about next year. So we can speed it. Since we don't have sound, we can just go all up to 2. 313 frames when the head got blown off. It's frame 313. So, I think he goes down on Valentine's Day myself next year. Obviously, he didn't go down today. Obviously, the 31st of March this year or next year could fall into that very telling frame. Frame 313, fatal shot, March 31st, March 13th, next year. Or because of the head getting blown off, that's when World War III begins. So there's just a lot of different ways to look at it and to unravel it. Kudos to his music, though. Like when I was listening to it, I was like, I like this music better. Just remember in some of his videos, he had that high level techno stuff going on. The Arch and and the Rush Limbaugh thing was interesting. That Rush Limbaugh's microphone, I thought that was pretty interesting. So let's pump it back up. Rush Limbaugh has 313 symbology. So is that when, see the 31-3, so the 31st of March or March 31st, or excuse me, March 13th? I mean, something's going to go down either, because nothing went down today. And this was the day last year. See, couldn't that have just meant, and he even says as much, or she, I think it's a he though, but I'm not sure, that was when Trump announced that the rider on the white horse was receiving his crown, his corona, because at March 13th. Yeah, so that's what Rush Limbaugh was all about with that. You know, the 313. March 13th is when Trump announced he had, and see, there it is there, the same logo, March 13th, March 13th. And of course, that's when it began last year. I like that deal he does there, that 88 equals, I believe that is energy. E equals MC squared. I think that's the E from that, but I'm not sure. But it's got the 13 and the 3. I don't know, you know, I'm not sure what all of that stands for mathematically or in physics or in science. I guess it would be, yeah, I'm just not sure. You know, just open your mouth and remove all doubt about how stupid you are about stuff, right? Better to say nothing. What is it? I forget how it goes, but y'all get the idea. It's hilarious. I think it's one of the funniest things I've heard. Donald Duck had the 313. So, and remember how Pixar had the 11-3 or the 113 throughout a lot of their movies and so forth. Which to me just goes back to the 11th day of the 3rd month, which is when the World Health Organization began their Rider on the White Horse event worldwide. Because it was A, or 113A or A113, and that means Antichrist, Rider on the White Horse. 11th day of the 3rd month. You know, all the Pixar 11 threes. If you're not sure what I'm talking about, Trump equals 88. November 8th, 2016. One of his heads. Oh, yeah, one of his heads as if wounded to death. The 13th day of March. Didn't happen this year. Could happen next year. You just never know. Also goes down a deadly wound on the 12th and on the 14th of Revelation 13. So, but anyway, yeah, 13:3, like that. Good stuff. Want you to remember 65 subscribers, just interesting videos. And what was I going to show y'all? Oh, the Pixar thing. I'll keep that and I'll put his video in the comments if y'all want to sub to his channel and so forth. Pixar A11-3.
Here's a summary from Wikipedia. A 113 is an inside joke and Easter egg in media created by alumni of California Institute of the Art.
So there it is. Now that could just mean the Antichrist, who receives his crown, is his corona on the 11th day of the 3rd month, which is how they write it across the world, only in the United States. Only in Los Estados Unidos do we do it the other way. Like we would say A311. But they, you know. So we would have to assume that that's when, and that was tonight's Bible study too on my other channel, is when was the book of Revelation open. That's why it says things which must shortly come to pass. In other words, once the Antichrist receives his crown, we then know the book of Revelation is open, and it's going to go by quickly. It's about a 4-year situation, 2020 through 2024, in my opinion. Again, it's an opinion. I'm not dogmatic about it. It just seems like that's what we're seeing. So that was that. Let's finish up with the comments, and we'll get into some pictures. We'll get the Guardian Donald Trump Buddha statue, China. We already went over that. That was in my prep, though. Let's try the arrow again. An arrow back down. Yeah. So when I'm watching, I think it was Road to Perdition. Yeah. The clock was on 2:15, which that falls on our timeline for his assassination. That's when the road to perdition would really begin. If he goes down on the 13th and rises on the 15th, and through that full moon of the 15th, 16th, that snow full moon next year is on the 16th of the weekend's birthday. So, or does he go down on the 15th and rise on the 16th? I think it's always going to be on the third day where he will spiritually rise. We won't know he's risen. That will all be taking place behind the scenes. But we know from Revelation 11:7 that he does rise through the bottomless pit, and they showed us that in The Dark Knight Rises, and they show us that in I Pet Goat. So I just thought Road to Perdition, pointing to a time of 2:15, falls into what we suspect. Which is the February 13th, February 14th timeline. Again, we're keeping options open for this year's April 2nd, but these two are next year. The top two are next year, 2020. The bottom one, No Time to Die, releases. It's 2 days before Easter. That's a big target date to look at, because he is James Bond, isn't he? So, Road to Perdition, 2:15 p.m. This star floated across the screen, and I'll show it in the video. That's an upside down pentagram. Yeah. When you look at it in the white, one, the solid white, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. That is what an upside down pentagram looks like. The solid white lettering. See, they have the other in there to confuse you. And you'll see it in the movie when it rolls across, but I also wanted to have a photo of it. And looks like we're done with the prep. Let's go to the videos and we will be done for the day. There's a 2:15 clock. Here is the upside down pentagram. You're going to love this one. This is the beast out of the sea. There's nothing better than that one. Road to Perdition, by the way. And this was something I did today with Hanks also. Fitting, because a year ago, this time last year, he was in the news with all of his stuff. Him saying that he had it with his Corona typewriter and all that good stuff. So let's go through the movie. So he's robbing banks, and that was when the 2:15 showed up on the clock. That's what I took a picture of. It's a little more clear in the video. That's Tom Hanks right there to our right. So interesting, there's a gun pulled on February 15th of next year? I don't know. We just speculating, man. All right, so I think we're good here. Get rid of that. All right, this one here is the upside down pentagram that we saw. How they cryptically flash things in movies. Elevator doors shutting. Boom. So you got the upside down pentagram on the man who is also representing the beast out of the sea as he goes on his road to perdition. Perdition in the movie was the name of a town. Now you're going to love this beast out of the sea stuff here. You're going to love it, I say. That's the ocean in the reflection. Beast out of the sea. Oh, he's looking at the ocean. I told you you'd love it, right? Waves crashing in, beast out of the sea, symbology. I have to pause every so often or I'll get a copyright strike using, you know, footage from a actual movie. Right? Dog star. Sirius the dog star. That's what that's all about. I learned that from Phineas XL. You know what? I need to put one of his videos. Y'all need to sub to that channel if you haven't already. You'll learn a lot from his videos. But anytime they show dogs in movies, they're talking about the dog star. So, love that, right? Ugh. I didn't spell it right, that's why. Hang on just a second, I'll go through this channel here, LXXXVIII Finis Temporis. I think it's artificial intelligence. It goes way back to break stuff down in movies. You never hear anybody speak, and they use a lot of movie footage and get away with it. 10,000 subscribers. Love this channel. Love this channel. I don't care who does it. I don't care if it's AI. When I say I love it, I love the information it gives us. I'll put this one down here in the comments.
Trying to scrape up a down payment?
It's called Donald Trump 119911. Now, if I do go to that channel and just look up Dog Star or Serious Dog, Jim Carrey, career code Serious Dog Star, 9/11 and Serious Dog Star coded, Spin City, Back to the Future, Serious Dog Star, and he shows the dogs constantly and how they pop up and when they pop up. And so it is from that site. So I'll put this link here in there, which gives you all the Dog Star stuff. And I'll put this Trump one down here too. And just sub to the channel. But that is how I knew the dog symbology when it went from him, and we just got through reading where it says 9/11 and dog Sirius the dog star decoded, and notice they went from beast out of the sea, which is 9/11, the twin towers, the twin trumps, angel over the bottomless pit Bible verse, It went right from him to the dog star. So that's how they do it. I just thought this was interesting. You will too, I think. So who is this guy? Well, it's Mr. Friday, Friday the 13th. He's got crowns like pyramids on his head. Looks like Santa Claus, Satan.
King Friday.
King Friday. Is that when Trump goes down? Does Trump go down on a Friday? That would be this year's Good Friday. So, again, that's the day No Time to Die is released. Of course, he doesn't die. He's not really dead. It's a faked event, and he goes into perdition. And he spiritually rises from the abyss with the spirit of Antichrist.
13th.
Did you hear him? Friday the 13th.
It's crown. It's crown. 13th. Friday the 13th. King Friday the 13th.
King Friday the 13th.
It's crown.
Got a crown. Woo! Got a Corona crown? Is that what you're saying, dog? Mentioned the crown. Mentioned King Friday. Does Trump get kinged on Friday? It's interesting. I'm telling you, April 2nd. Big. That's 4-2. 4-2-4. Fourth month, second day, fourth month. Remember, Jesus is 2424 with a 42 in the middle on Strong's Concordance. Christos, Christ. G 2424. Mr. Feely. Come on. We know what Tom Hanks and their whole world's about with Mr. Feely.
Mr. McFeely.
Mr. McFeely.
He always says, speedy delivery.
Whatever. Luciferian Satanist. So check this out. From the movie A Beautiful Day in the Neighborhood. At the very beginning. Twin Towers. See the horn on top of the tower. Remember, one's the Antichrist, the other is the what? The clone. So you got the Twin Towers, you got the Empire State Building right there. Brooklyn Bridge, I assume. Clearly the Twin Towers, though, when you see the breaks in there and so forth, and the one has the horn at the top. Look at that. Look at the moon. Trump is the moon child. He was born under a lunar eclipse. And they're giving you the twin Trumps right there. And what? One rises back up. Oh, look at the time I stopped it on. 24/42. I'm telling you, man, you never know about that April 2nd date this year. If so, the world's about to change very quickly in a very short amount of time, isn't it? So, thought you'd get a kick out of that. Blah, 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 commentary. Commentary. So, anyway, is that everything? I think that's everything. We're going to put his in the comments. We're going to put that in the comments. We're going to put that in the comments. And we're going to upload it to right there. All right. Love y'all very much. Stay in touch. Ask questions. Be respectful, please.